And greetings and salutations, everyone. You have once again turned into Dr. Juti. No, we're not there yet. Wrong show. Hot Flash Universe. We're even the better studio, too. I'm your host, Walt Lusk. Yes, I am, and I sometimes open my mouth just to change foots. And the Emmy-nominated, thank you very much, Barbara. Emmy-nominated and co-host and friend, Barbara Bishop.
Hello, everyone. How are ya?
And we have a fun show today with the holidays coming. Last week we talked about, what did we talk about? I'm just kidding. It'll come to us.
Yes.
So much has happened. We're talking about simple ways to improve your appearance. Not that anybody needs to improve their appearance, but you know what? We can always, there's always room for improvement.
So, let me talk a little bit about that as a woman because,
You're my guest.
There's so many women out there that will, I'm not even going to mention names because we all know, like Goldie and Goldie and
Dolly Parton has
Dolly yes.
Parton even admits, even though she finally got divorced, that hey, honey, if I could have anything to fix my appearance, I'm all over it.
Yeah. So I mean, not everyone has to go as crazy as that. But there's little tweaks that you can do.
Yes, and that's what we're talking about.
When I had, I still have, the television show of this, I would go on site and do all of these things, and we'd film them all, to see
in front of God and everybody.
If I screamed or, how it was or whatever, So I can talk about a lot of this. So,
okay. Well, I wanted to do first is just a little bit of news just to be fun.
Yes.
So the first one is, ladies, I have some good news and I have some bad news.
Oh, no.
The bad news is that the magazine Glamour is ceasing its publication of the magazine in print after December. The last edition will be January 19th.
My first Glamour I read, I think I was 15 years old. I mean, that's a big deal.
I mean, some of those Glamour and Vogue and stuff. I mean, they're not magazines. They're like books.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, the advertisements in it are just insane.
Well, the ads, yeah.
It's like, oh my gosh. It turns out that they only publish about 2 million magazines, but 20 million reaches them online. So they're just going to bag on the print. There's another magazine that's met its maker, and they're going completely digital. And also, they ended Teen Vogue and Self as well already.
Well, what's going to be really interesting is, one thing that I thought was really cool growing up, and still even kind of now, not as much, but, that the whole newsstand concept, on the corner.
Yes.
And you get your paper, any other magazine that you could possibly imagine, and that's going to be gone.
It's going by the wayside due to digital, and if Amazon had its own way, we would get rid of books altogether.
Huh.
Google is actually digitizing every single book that's ever been printed.
Wow.
I mean, there's been issues with some publishers that go, you can't copy our book. It's our copyrighted book, and it's actually a book. Mm-hmm. And Google goes, too bad, we're copying it anyway. And so Google and Amazon, between the two of them, they may want to get rid of print altogether. So that Kindle you have or that e-reader, you might want to get a little more intimate with it because, unfortunately, even though I know a lot of women even like to read catalogs, so you like to turn the pages, right?
Yeah, I
Mark
love it
and do a lot of jazz.
And I used to get all kinds of catalogs. I don't get them anymore because they're online.
My mom, that's all she does, where she's older and hasn't been doesn't go much on the internet. And oh my goodness, this time of year, 20 will come a day.
Does she still get them? Oh
my gosh, yes. I mean, stacks of them.
Huh? Yeah. Maybe I will come over for dinner.
So it's so catalogs are magazines and catalogs are going. I mean, there's the print and the weight and the postage and all that other stuff. I had a subscription to LA Times years ago, and I paid literally $1 a week for 4 days, Monday through Thursday. Yeah. And I thought it was, I realized I'm a little intuitive, and I thought, well, this is kind of crazy. How do they know which day it is to give me the paper? And about 2 weeks later, they called me up and said, how would you like to extend your subscription? And I go, okay, what's this going to cost me? Same price. They needed subscribers just to justify all of the advertisements that people spent a fortune on in their shrinking newspaper to justify the fees they were charging and people were paying.
You know, I still get the paper. Not every day. I get it on
I don't get it
Sundays.
anymore.
But, you know, I'm finally getting used to reading the newspaper online. And it was very uncomfortable for me. God, don't I sound old? But that's what this is all about. Hot flash universe. But, you know, I like the paper. But what I don't like about it now is that it's big and you got to open all the pages and like almost sit on the floor, which I do, to read it. You know, and with the internet, you don't. I mean, I don't know. I'm just such a non-follower when it comes to, you know, doing all this internet stuff. But yes, I admit that it's easier. And
It is. Years ago,
know.
I subscribed to the McPaper. USA Today. And USA Today was the first newspaper to actually have color in their pages.
Yes.
And as a result of that, all the other papers around the country had to follow suit, at least to the front page, to add color just to compete. The articles were great. They were actually really informative, and
Real
they were
easy
short.
reads, yeah.
It was a McPaper. And that I did that for years and years and years, and now I just forget it. I read lots of different sources
and whatever
online.
you want, you just punch it in.
Well, you can go to the different, you know, whether it's Life or Money or, you know, news or whatever. You just go, whether it's USA Today or any of the other sources.
Yeah,
So,
you know, and ladies, if you're listening, you know, I'm almost 60. Yeah. And if I can do it, you guys can do it. So
absolutely.
check it out.
My mother used to have a flip phone and with a QWERTY keypad, and her best friend, who was about 5 years older than she, and my mom is now 86, gave her an iPhone. And I said, Mom, that's a lot of phone to go from one to the other. She goes, yeah, but I have 3 granddaughters, 2 of them are which are mine, my daughters, all have iPhones, and I figure I can call them for help. And I go, good point. So she does decently well on her iPhone.
Anyway, we digress.
We did, but that's okay.
And we have a lot to cover.
Another article, one more here, which is going to
sure.
be germane to what we're going to talk about a little bit here about improving your appearance, is it has now been proven by one study that lack of sleep officially causes anger. Losing just a couple of hours of sleep a night, which is actually a lot, because we're the most sleep-deprived country in the world, I believe, makes you angrier, especially in frustrating situations, according to a new study. So they're still trying to figure it, though, if the anger was, if you were angry and so therefore you didn't sleep, or you lost sleep and became angry. So is it causation or correlation, right? But I think it's because of lack of sleep. I really do.
Yeah.
The substantially higher for those, in general, anger was substantially higher for those, of course, who were I love this word, sleep restricted. And losses increased negative emotions. So there's a lot of benefits we're going to talk about. One of them is if you want to look better, take some sleep, even a power nap, which we've talked about before.
No wonder I look so young. I love to sleep.
Yeah, me too. I mean, come on, you work so hard to get those blankets and those pillows and the sheets and everything just perfect, and all of a sudden you wake up and it's cold and you have to crawl out of it. It's like, oh my, put me back in. So just to start with some procedures that, and our goal here initially is stuff that's not very expensive, that's doable, and is quickly noticeable. We've got one we're going to go through in 1 minute. 25 ways in 1 minute you can look better. Whoa, some of these are great.
Some of them are really amazing.
Yeah, they are.
And, I will confess on radio which ones I've done.
Oh, cool. Well, the first one is laser hair removal.
Okay.
I've actually done this.
Yeah?
I went to
Are you gonna admit yours too?
Yes, I will.
Okay, good.
I won it in a lady friend I was trying to do for some business with. She says, I won this thing, but I need people to go to this little presentation on laser hair removal. Okay, fine, whatever. And they had a drawing for $100 worth of free laser hair removal, and I actually won the drawing, which pissed off every other woman. I was the only guy there. It was hilarious.
That is funny.
And I had the hair removed off the back of my neck. Mm-hmm. And the lady I went, she used to wax my neck. So between that and waxing, I literally have no, like 95% of the hair on the back of my neck's gone.
And and guys and hair, guys with hair on their neck, It's kind of an ew.
Well, I'm not too keen of it, but I don't really.
Well, you don't look at your neck.
Guys
on a
are
daily
guys are
basis.
not that thing for me at all, I think it just looks simpler and cleaner, and it works.
Right.
The guy that actually ran the laser hair removal, his wife was the doctor, and he kind of ran it. I kid you not, Barb. He lasered his whole face.
You know,
He took every single hair follicle on his face
Wow.
off. Which means which is the good is he never has to take a shaver and scrape it upon his face ever again. The bad news is if you wanted to grow a beard or a mustache, it
never
ain't
can
happening.
either.
It's not happening.
So, okay, the word laser kind of, I would say, freak me out if I didn't know what it is.
Well, what's interesting is for me, since I'm a silver-haired guy, and back then I did, the laser it actually kills the hair follicle of dark hair. If you have, I think, red hair or silver hair like myself, it just doesn't, somehow it doesn't work. So I did it soon enough that it was there, but there's this potion you can use that will actually darken your hair follicle. And then, of course, they can laser it.
But what is laser? I mean,
What they do is they basically go in and they have to hit every single individual hair follicle.
but is it like a laser?
Yeah, it's a
I
laser.
mean,
It doesn't hurt. It just, you just feel it. Now, what's interesting is only 20% of your hair is growing at one time. This is how I learned this. So that means that if a procedure is done for laser hair removal, no matter where it is, you're only going to get 20% at a time. So in a perfect world, you have to have 5 treatments because then you wait 5, 6, 7 weeks, whatever, to the other 20% to grow, and they hit those, and then you rinse and repeat again.
And
So
it doesn't hurt.
no, it does not hurt at all.
And is it like a little?
It's just a little round thing, and they just go and hit the hair follicles, bing, 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 and it doesn't, underarms, legs, bikini, face, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, some ladies have challenges with mustaches, and it's a way to permanently get rid of it. It's simple.
Well, and I do. I mean, I can. I'll.
The older we
into this
get,
stuff.
sometimes the hair grows in goofy places.
Like there's this one little.
Yeah.
You guys can't see this, but it's on my chin.
Yeah.
And I forget about it, and then all of a sudden it's like an inch long. But I pluck it, so I mean, maybe laser hair removal would be better.
I've tried every razor known to man, and I can tell you which ones work really well and which ones don't. So.
Well, that's another show.
The next is cellulite treatment. Now
boy.
it works for only a short time, but
Now,
it
tell
works.
me in the audience, with a raise of hands, who has cellulite? I'm sure every hand is up out there.
Or that wants to admit it
Or
in
that
public.
wants to admit it.
Okay. And basically, they just is a clump of fat that can appear somewhere, and they do their magic and make it go away.
Now, do you really think that's true? Because I've never tried anything like that, but and yes, I do have a little of that somewhere.
Oh, we all do.
And it's just fat, right? So it breaks down the whatever it is, breaks down the fat, and then it just is passed through the body.
Well, no, body shaping is another one that's similar, but they basically break down the fat underneath the skin through, and basically that is actually gotten rid of, and it actually goes through your urinary tract. So that's
Now,
a little bit
does
more.
that
I think. I don't know. It's body shaping, and if you exercise and whatnot, that'll help speed up the process of having it get rid of it.
I haven't tried that either, so that's going to be next on my list. to
And the
talk about.
one that everybody knows and probably has done a lot, which has, I feel, issues, is Botox.
Let's talk about that then,
So
shall we?
Botox is basically botulism, and a lot of different clinics are doing it, spas and such. Now, and I've done shows on this with previous shows. The problem with Botox is it works, it's effective, but the problem is sometimes if you do it too much, for example, somewhere on your face, that botulism may get somewhere else in your body, like your brain. And if you're going to do it around your eyes, there are little tiny muscles around your eyes, and if they hit the wrong muscle, which doesn't take much. If they have a little tiny needle they're putting in to interject the botulism, you could actually paralyze that muscle for some time. And there was a well-known actress, and I don't remember her name. She had Botox, and literally they goofed up, and she could not blink her eye for 6 months.
Yeah, I mean,
and
it's as long
that
as,
kind of put a big crimp in her career for a while because she had to wear this big ugly patch because she couldn't blink her eye. And
wow.
so if you get it, and I know it's expensive and they're cheaper and whatnot, and I don't mean to be cliche, you get what you pay for, but be careful.
Okay, so that's the one side. There's another side to this, and it's my side. So I've been getting Botox for probably about 5 years, but I go to a doctor who's a plastic surgeon, trained in this. He doesn't have his nurse do it or anything like that. So he's very qualified to do it.
Absolutely.
There's Botox parties where, people inject each other.
Oh my gosh, really?
Yeah, oh yeah. And I've never been to one of
Botox
those,
party.
but I would not be
gosh.
injecting someone and having someone inject
wow.
me that doesn't know what they're doing. But where I have
Bad
it
enough
done,
to get your nails done.
where I have it done is right in between my eyebrows. So the thing so the needle hurts like a little bit, but it's just like one little pinch.
That's what they all say.
In several different places. And you're out. You don't have bruising, you don't have swelling, you don't have anything. And what I love about it is that it really, really, really smooths out
Right.
any little wrinkle, any little frown line that you have between your eyes.
Frown lines.
Now, frown lines to me are complete signs of aging.
Yeah, but it's a rite of passage, right? You got
no.
you got the lines with your eyes.
Well, I don't
and,
mind lines. Lines are cool on the eyes, but this whole there's this one woman that I know. She had this $20,000 facelift, and everything was beautiful except she was afraid of Botox, and she didn't do it, and so she's got this big furrow in her brow, and a young face. It's just weird. I'm very particular about frown lines on my face. It's just a thing I have.
Well, you do
it makes
realize
you look a lot younger.
It takes you more muscles to frown than smile.
Oh, I can't frown. For those of you watching at home, I can't frown anymore.
Oh, okay. I'll take that under advisement.
Yeah, so you won't even know if I'm frowning.
Well, I do something similar between my eyebrows, but you see, I'm Scottish, and so I want to make sure I don't have a unibrow. My poor father was, of course, Scottish and had the big, ginormous, bushy eyebrows.
That's so funny.
And my poor mom would sit there and go, honey, I want to trim your eyebrows, and my dad would not let her do a
They'd
thing.
be
He
down
said,
to his-
Nah, there he doesn't crack up. By the way, I keep forgetting, and my apologies. This is a call-in show, so if you've had experience with any of this
Yes,
or some
please.
suggestion, please call us. And the number is area code 323-524-2599. That's 323-524-2599.
Yes.
So other ways to simply enhance your beauty is, since we're talking about skin for the most part, exfoliate. And so get something exfoliating. I mean, one thing talked about drink the coffee in the morning and then take the grounds, mix it with some olive oil, and then when you go into the shower or the bath is take the coffee grounds and exfoliate your skin.
What's great about coffee grounds too is that it reduces swelling. So let's just say you have
Yeah, they said there was other things that were the coffee grounds is not as abusive and wouldn't scratch your skin.
that too, absolutely. But it also reduces blood vessels. And
So inflammation?
inflammation, yes.
Okay.
So if you use it, it could reduce inflammation on your face. If you have, ruddy face, or if you have acne or whatever, it can help.
We're gonna talk
I've
about
used
acne.
it, but I don't really like it that much. I exfoliate every day on my whole body. And it just makes your skin really, really smooth. It brings out the natural oils. I sound like a commercial. But it's an oil base with a sugar scrub. So sugar keeps in the moisture where there used to be salt scrubs. The salt takes out the moisture.
Yes, I would imagine you want to be moisturized.
Anyway, I'm
also
a
you have to be
big
careful
proponent.
of, for example, they talked about soft water versus hard water. Because in soft water, when you're using soap, for example, it doesn't really get all the soap out. Because I used to have soft water because my water was so hard it would stand up on its own. And then hard water, the soap isn't as effective, and so you have to be careful, of the hardness or softness of your water in this regard too. So that is an issue. I love the second one. We've talked about this before, and it actually is true. You're moaning and groaning already?
Yeah.
Have sex.
Have sex.
Getting down and dirty, even for just 15 minutes a day,
That's a lot.
leaves your cheeks flushed, your lips really ruby red, and your skin glowing and beautiful.
Really?
Yes.
Do you have to have a partner?
Good question. It doesn't talk about one way or the other.
Well, I bet you don't.
So, another one is ditch the alcohol and the cigarettes. Yeah. I have 2 daughters in their 20s, and I said alcohol, I've said this before, is 4 things: added expense, added responsibility, added calories, and added drama. So alcohol, and of course we all know about cigarettes. I mean, literally, I love this, is smoking allows a staggering 4,000 toxic substances into your body with every puff. I mean, if that doesn't make you think twice.
And I wonder, and secondhand smoke is just as...
Well, yeah, but it's, you're not totally inhaling it.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
And we've talked about this. Nap. Sleep is huge, okay? And they call it beauty sleep for a reason. So you can strengthen your hair with protein. Now it's keratin, K-E-R-A-T-I-N.
No, you just hold on there, partner.
Well, which one?
You're skipping over too many things here. So rest and naps. So naps, it is the fountain of youth. Anybody
I totally
that
agree.
Naps looks younger.
I take a nap a day.
Yeah, me too.
I really do. Now, there's a catch to a nap, and I've said this before. You have to keep it under 44 minutes. Because if you do, the chances of you going into the REM stage, this means that you're never going to wake up. Your nap's 2 hours long. You've lost a whole bunch of time, and it will impact your sleep at night.
Yes.
If you take a nap 20, 30 minutes long, I set my clock, I'm goofy, it's 22 minutes, and literally fall asleep, and you wake up, and it is more refreshing and more healthy than an energy drink or eating a candy bar. Yeah. Okay, it makes a big difference.
Without
I mean,
cutting into you.
You think better. You're more sharper. You improve your memory. I mean, Thomas Edison, back in the day, always his suit looked like he slept in it because he did. Because he would come up with some ideas. He would put it in his subconscious mind. He'd take a nap and he'd wake up with the answer. Why? Because his subconscious mind, as all of ours, never sleeps.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay,
now we can move on.
So you can strengthen your hair with keratin. Basically, it's protein, and you can like eggs and eat protein. Eggs, nuts, seeds, shellfish, and some meat for healthier hair, stronger, healthier hair.
And that kind of goes along with a good diet. Too.
Yeah, eating right. I mean, talk about eating fruit. Drink lots of water.
Yes.
You want to hydrate yourself because in a lot of instances we are dehydrated. Coffee is not count. Tea doesn't either. It dehydrates you. So you want to drink water.
Yeah. Can you put crystal light in it or something?
Sure, you can put crystal light in it, but good. Coffee and tea don't count. And here's one: groom your eyebrows. It's really quick and simple, and it works as we've talked about.
Okay, so eyebrows again. I don't know. I think I have a fixation on eyebrows and eyebrow
the
wrinkles.
Space between.
But eyebrows are so important to looking young. Most women overpluck their eyebrows, and it looks ridiculous, and it doesn't do anything to your face. If you have a nicely shaped eyebrow that you keep nicely shaped, your whole face will change. And I'm a testament to this because when I was a kid in high school, we used to shave our eyebrows. I don't even know why. And so my eyebrows never really grew in that much, and so now they have, and the shape is also so important. I mean, it gives you, it turns back the clock, 10 years.
Well, and also it's a nice contrast to your face in terms of the fact you have beautiful blonde hair.
True.
Right? And it's a nice accessory because the key to any outfit is the accessories.
Yes, my eyebrows are my favorite accessory.
They talk about wearing minimal makeup, and the reason is because, as we talked about before in our DIY show, one of the major ingredients of makeup is a filler called mineral oil, and it's not good for you in any way, shape, or form, and of course will simply clog your pores.
So, a lot of women don't go out of the house without makeup.
Yes.
And I like a little bit of foundation on my skin as well. So, there are some, but you have to really look for that don't have that, that oil. Or you can also wear powders, but make sure they're not too white because then you're going to look older than you are if you wear the wrong color. So, there's some things that you can do, but
they also talk about if you go outside or if you're by a window, sunlight is an issue, and so and you ladies cheat because a lot of your makeup already has got UV stuff in it.
Yeah.
Is to make sure you have some sun protection.
Well, you know what's really funny about that? I would drive to work, and the sun would be beating on this side of my face.
One side of the face, and then when you got home, when you left,
and then of course, my
the driver tan.
Yeah. So this side of my face was getting more sun than this side of my face. So you have to kind of, you don't even think about things like that, but you got to watch it.
Absolutely. There's a simple solution: tint your windows.
Yes, or drive another way, or whatever.
Drive backwards.
Drive backwards.
Go for a brisk walk, and we talked about this. If you're stressed. We talked about last week. We talked about holidays and getting stress and getting stress. So just get out of the house for 15 minutes is all it needs. You're out in nature. You've listening to hopefully some birds, some wind. You've got the earth under your feet.
Yes.
You feel the ground under your feet, and it actually helps because it improve if you go for a brisk walk, and it could improve your sleep, which of course helps you. It's going to enhance your mental function and counteract depression, but also you'll get rosy cheeks and flushed, healthy skin, just like you will.
So almost like it's almost as good as sex, then, huh?
Almost,
almost. See. You get flushed skin. I don't see the ruby your lips, but that's not bad. Okay.
I'm going to take a little diversion here. We're going to talk about some vitamins, since a lot of us can take supplements, and again, you want to get good supplements. There's 5 power vitamins. It's page 53. The first one is vitamin A, which they've talked about off and on for a long, long time. Retinol. Basically, vitamin A reduces wrinkles because there's vitamin A cream. And also, it's great for reducing acne as well. And some call it the anti-aging cream.
Or anti-acne.
Anti-acne as well. So again, they're talking about this probably more in a cream form than it's an aging cream, than something you take. Vitamin C is huge in boosting your immune system, and you have to understand your body does not store vitamin C, and it's a ginormous antioxidant as well. And so you can't really take enough vitamin C. And when you get a cold or something, you want to. One little emergency 1,000 milligrams, forget about it. You need to take about 6,000 just to, slam your body with it. That's helpful because it'll improve your appearance. If you love sunbathing or go outdoors, it can help fight the sun's anti-aging on your skin. And it'll help you look younger by, of course, reducing wrinkles as well.
And there's so many products that have vitamin C in them that are anti-aging creams. The one thing that you have to watch out for, though, is if you have sensitive skin, which I do, and you use the topical cream on your face, it'll make it peel.
That's very. You mean you're not appealing?
No, not with that thing. Not with a peel. No, but it's good, but your face will flake and peel, and so you have to gradually work up to a certain amount.
You get to kind of build a little bit of immunity.
Yes.
And one which is really good is vitamin K.
Yes.
And what it
I know
does
that.
is it helps avoid the dark bags under your eyes. It's sort of the blood clotting vitamin. And if you have dark circles and puffiness, and a study has said that 2% vitamin K applied underneath your eyes twice a day would dramatically improve the dark bags under your eyes and can give you a more healthy, youthful, glowing skin. Vitamin B is another one, biotin and niacin. Vitamin 7 it breaks down the process of fats and other substances, and of course gives you a little bit of energy and will reduce the dryness and increase the skin barrier when applied to your face. To be helpful. And the last one is antioxidant glutathione. Glutathione is really helpful for pulling toxins out of your body. And in some instances, people spend hundreds of dollars getting glutathione shots because it really will pull a lot of toxins out of your body. I mean, we're talking serious stuff like mercury and metals and stuff. But there are ways to do it. I was involved with a network marketing outfit for a while called LifeWave, and they actually have patches that are about this big, size of a half dollar. And they had a glutathione patch that was amazing. You just put it in the back of your neck, and it would pull stuff out. So glutathione is sort of the master antioxidant, and it has its own qualities. But in many instances, it's kind of tough to get and to find.
Yeah, I was going to ask you that because I personally haven't even heard of it.
Yeah, it is. It's really the ultimate antioxidant and pulls. I shouldn't say antioxidant. Toxins. It's really for toxins because I mean your skin's all goofed up or your body's goofed up and it's got toxins in it. Glutathione is a real good way to repair damaged skin and pull toxins out. And
how would you find it in a?
Goodness gracious, I'm not sure where.
Like a natural pharmacy or those...
and it's abbreviated GSH. Okay.
GSH. Okay, I'll check that out.
Yeah, GSH. Master plays a key part in many cellular functions. It's found in every cell and helps to repair damaged cells as they age. Okay, including cells of the skin. There's one. So we talked about drinking water and hydrating and getting sleep.
Yep.
And remember, you really can't catch up on your sleep. I mean, you can a little bit, but naps help a lot for just giving you a boost, giving you energy, making you not angry, and making you look better. Okay, we've talked about eating healthy, moving.
Let's talk about focusing on your best features.
Go for it.
So you don't have to be quote unquote what people think is the definition of beauty, and usually the way it's dictated is by the fashion magazines. And I have a theory. I know certain people might be mad at me, but I don't care. So most people that design clothes, the majority of people that design clothes are gay. And
yes, they are.
They have a certain type that they like as a man. So they like to make models super, super skinny and no boobs and tall. So they're making like their vision of what their boyfriend should look like instead of what a real female looks like.
I'm laughing because I hadn't really thought about it, but you're absolutely correct.
Yeah, I mean I just noticed this after reading these magazines so much like that's their ultimate fantasy of a man. So, they design these size zeros and they want their men to be really thin and tall and, no boobs. And
shaved.
And and young, the women that create our impression of beauty are 6-something, size 0 and 15 years old. So, that's one of the reasons why I started Hot Flash, because you got to really, look at reality. And reality is the average woman is 5'6", size 12.
I thought the average woman was 5'2" or 5'4". I think a little shorter.
Maybe.
Average guy's 5'8".
Really? 5'8"? Wow, that's short. Because well, that's another story. That's another.
I know. I'm 5'12".
Another show. But so the point of all of this is you do not have to look like what the models look like or what.
Well, and I agree with you. They're all airbrushed, and it's an unrealistic expectation.
Well, and it's not even real.
No,
I mean,
it's not real.
You know,
No,
it's
it's not.
the gay designer's way of
Fantasy.
So you play with your features. For example, you know, I'm barely 5 feet, and when you're short, you usually should not wear clothing that hits you at a certain spot, like maybe your waist or just just above your waist, to cut you off so it makes you look shorter. Same thing with color. I always wear just one color because it doesn't break you up. So it makes you appear taller.
You wear a lot of black.
And I wear a lot of black, which also elongates your body and hides the fat.
Well, and also if you add color like a scarf or something,
Right.
then the accent piece is more accentuated because you're wearing one color.
You have my secret now. That's what I do.
I know.
You know. You know, so okay, that's the body. Now let's just say if you have big hips, you can change, you know, you can wear things that make them look smaller. If you have big boobs, you can
no stripes.
Same thing. You know, there's tricks to make you look your best in clothing.
They give one example about hiding your flaws. That if you have like a double chin, go for dresses with striking necklines and a deep V, which will pull your gaze away and accentuate other parts.
That's right.
And so you do in this case, and it's true in life. I found that you accentuate, your positives, which is a whole lot easier than attempting to overcome your negatives.
Yeah, and you'll discover you'll have a lot of positives.
Mm-hmm.
And then with the little tips that we're telling you, about different things to be beautiful in an instant, that helps too. But like, the haircut, oh my God, so important. I'm not, I have very short blonde hair. If you guys can see me at home, probably not, maybe, I don't know. But a lot of women do not like short hair. A lot of men don't like short hair.
I'm not a big fan of it.
On me,
and it looks great on you.
It looks great on me.
Yeah.
Most women have their hair long, but they don't know what to do with it. So they have split ends, or they dyed it and it's growing, red, and it's now growing out to their natural brown color. They got a bad haircut where there's layers all over the place. And if you can find someone to just give you a nice, flattering haircut, it will change the way you look,
Absolutely.
feel,
Mm-hmm.
and it'll take years off of you.
Mm-hmm. It will.
If you have too much hair in your face, it'll make your face look fallen. So it's just get a hold of a really good hairdresser, or really look through, Pinterest or anything on the web to see how your facial shape
would look with a new cut.
a certain haircut.
Yeah, I agree.
That's what I did. I mean, for many months, because I was afraid to cut my hair, but I'm glad I did. Anyway.
And the last one I wanted to touch on, this one is smile.
Oh, yes.
My line is, if you find somebody that doesn't have a smile, give them yours. Because it's a great way, and obviously being confident is a huge way to improve your looks as well.
Well, let's talk about smiles, because I'm a big proponent on smiles as well.
Yes, you are, as I.
And one of the things that, if you do anything, if you have money to invest in anything, is your teeth.
Yep.
If you, I get my teeth cleaned every 3 months. I, brush my teeth 3 times a day, floss, all that kind of stuff. It'll help with disease, because diseases.
And it's even proven if you don't floss, you have a higher propensity of having heart attacks for some reason.
Wow, that's very interesting.
No,
well, it's
flossing,
because of the bacteria.
Yeah, right. And, a simple way to if you don't have a lot of money, just go buy some baking soda. And I still swear, we did our show on DIY, Fluoride is just awful. I mean, next time you're brushing your teeth, read the tube. If you ingest this stuff, you're supposed to call the poison center. I mean, for crying out loud. Just dip your toothbrush in the baking soda and a couple, 3 times a week, and you will have whiter teeth pretty darn quick.
Right.
Some swear about hydrogen peroxide. But,
yeah, and you can mix it.
And it's not really want to go down that road with hydrogen peroxide, but baking soda is pretty innocuous.
As long as you don't swallow it. So, but about investing money.
Teeth.
If your teeth are crooked and broken and you don't want to smile because of that, if you fix your smile, it changes your whole face, your life, as my partner here is saying. It really will. And I mean, even if you just look at the before and afters of, something on Pinterest again or whatever, you'll really see. So if you have a smile that you're embarrassed to show, there's so many ways to change it. Some are pretty expensive, but some aren't. So really look into it because it will change your life.
We're going to touch on now some great ways in 1 minute or less to make you look better.
Okay, so let's start the countdown then.
Okay, all right. Well, I don't have to go over them, but it's page 19.
Okay.
First is put an ice cube over your face. Mm-hmm. Because after cleansing and you do your thing to your face, you've got a little bit of inflammation. What the ice will do is obviously close your pores and reduce the inflammation and tighten things, and you look better.
Oh, and it feels so good. I have these little ice packs, if you will, not just ice cubes. Ooh. And I put them on my face through here. They're about, I don't know, they're kind of like the size of a powder puff. And I put them on my face after I get done with a hot shower, and it just feels so good. And it does. It closes your pores, and it makes your face look really nice.
One of the big books, How to Win Friends and Influence People, I think it is. No, that wasn't one. I'll drawing a blank of which one. One of the older books talks about taking. When you take a shower, finish it with a cold shower. Cold water. Yep. And that'll close your pores as well because you get a hot shower and you walk out of your shower and right. So
and that'll close the pores in your whole body.
Yeah. Just throw some cold in there, and that'll wake you up too. Eat a ripe banana, but here's the kicker: afterward, you take the peel and you rub it on the fine lines you may have on your face, because what that'll do is the peel contains enzymes that will exfoliate, hydrate, and plump your skin.
Now, that's something I've never heard of.
So you're eating a banana because it's really good for you, and it's got potassium and other good things. Yeah. And then you just take the peel and you put it on places that will... because the enzymes exfoliate, hydrate. So, you drink some coffee and eat a banana. You can use the other parts of it for when you're in your bath or shower.
Protein shake with your banana.
Yeah.
But then, I mean, do you just like rub it on?
Just rub it on.
And leave
just
it on?
The inside, no, you just rub it on. Use the inside of the skin.
Yeah.
And you just rub it on.
And then take it off.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, there's masks, you can spend money on, but shoot, bananas.
A banana peel mask. Okay.
Okay. Well, it's kind of just a banana peel scrub or something. Okay. Or use a skeet mask. Okay, to boost moisture. You can buy them for anywhere from $4 to $17.
What's that?
And even if you wear your favorite Jason-like beauty mask for just 1 minute, it'll help your skin look really good.
Oh, yeah, masks are amazing.
And you put it on for just 60 seconds, and then it'll rehydrate. And you can use them twice, it says here. Mm-hmm. Carry rose water spray in your purse and spritz it during the day. Collagen breaks down when moisture is depleted in your skin. So when you feel your skin tightening or it feels dry, just lightly spritz your face with some rose water.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I haven't done that.
Don't drink it. Just spritz your face with it. Massage the nape of your neck.
Oh, I do that all the time.
Yeah. Blood flow gets blocked when the tightening neck muscles, which of course is tense, stress, and it puts pressure on your blood vessels and your head and your brain and all that jazz. So proper blood flow helps you think better and instantly de-stresses you and releases the hormone cortisol that can inhibit collagen production, and therefore you look better and feel better.
Cool. Love it.
Take a probiotic. And what those do is basically, we've talked about your gut. is really where it all happens, not your stomach, absorption and digestion and such. So, and your immune system needs to be boosted. Echinacea is another thing that will boost your immune system. You can't take it all the time. It's an Asian herb. If you travel, power yourself down some echinacea. It makes a big difference. But probiotic will your immune system, and there's good bacteria and bad bacteria, and so you want to make sure. And if you take antibiotics for any reason, those really mess up your body. And you really want, once you finish the antibiotics, you want to take a probiotic to counteract and rebalance your body, because antibiotics, as it's called, really messes up your immune system and puts your body out of whack. So you want to follow up with probiotics.
And there's some great ones on the market that you can go to, to a local drugstore and get them.
Mm-hmm. Well, you want to get some good stuff. Some of it has refrigerated, whatever. But just do some research. Yeah. This one, my girlfriend used to use. She has really thick hair, and she called it her cape because it really was really thick. She'd use dry shampoo if she didn't have time to wash her hair, which was a big deal because even hours later it was still wet. So get a bombshell blowout look in seconds by using dry shampoo. And sometimes if you just do it at night, you'll wake up and your hair will be fabulous, and you don't have to wash it and save you time.
Or just cut it off.
Or reduce the hair you have.
Yeah, or reduce the hair you have.
Let's wash it.
I just have to get up. That's all I have to do.
Run in place or do jumping jacks for just 60 seconds. Again, we're talking about exercise, make you flushed, give you more energy, and it boosts the oxygen level and increases your metabolism.
One of the things that kind of goes along with this is right before I go into an important meeting, I jump up and down.
Do you?
10 times.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So it kind of gets
get you invigorated.
Invigorated and, excited and that kind of, kind of breathless. Hello. How are you? Ha.
That works.
But, it really is effective.
Apply mousse to the hair from the roots to the ends because it builds volume.
If you have hair, yeah.
Yeah, assuming you have hair that needs to be loose. Use lipstick, but this was interesting, to color your eyes, cheeks, and lips. Yeah. Again, you just apply a little bit, swipe your favorite shade of lipstick over your eyelids, cheekbones, and lips to instantly look polished in a flash.
So let's talk about that a little bit.
Okay.
So the only thing I wear is lipstick because it brings out your eyes, it brings out your eyebrows. If you wear like really red lipstick and a ton of makeup on your eyes, it looks stupid.
I'm sure it does.
And even like the pink that I'm wearing today, ladies, I'm not wearing any eye makeup or blush or anything. I've just filled in my eyebrows a little bit and use a little mascara, and
it'll look fabulous.
And it doesn't make you look over made up. And when you're older, you don't want to have a bunch of makeup on your face because you look older.
Right. And then why are you wearing all that makeup? Because you have to, because you are trying to not look so old. This one was interesting. Again, about the exfoliating concept. Dry brush your body.
Yep, it's the best thing.
Long or short body brush. I really, this is new to me. Lightly exfoliate your skin and use upward motions toward your heart so the waste exits your system properly. Yeah. How about that technique? Okay, upward motion toward your heart so the waste exits your skin properly. Remember to wash your brush in the shower to get rid of the dead skin scales. Again, we talked about coffee grounds. And
you can use that as a never mind,
fertilizer for your plant.
Well, yeah, but yeah, yes, exactly.
Luminizer on the inner corner of your eye. Simply run a clean fingertip over a luminizer that isn't too sparkly, and put it over the inner corner of your eye. That sounds complicated, but the warmth of your finger will meld the product into your skin seamlessly.
Fingertip over a luminizer that isn't too sparkly. Patted over the inner corner of your eye.
Mm-hmm. Sniff a peppermint or eucalyptus to de-stress you, because it'll kind of clean your, kind of give you a little whiff of mint, that eucalyptus and peppermint, and it clears your nasal passages and brings more oxygen to your skin and allows you to calm down, and you probably think better. make some tea, caffeinated free tea or hibiscus tea that does not dehydrate your skin. We talked about regular tea and coffee dehydrates. Skip the cupcake break. And
who has a cupcake break?
well, it's eat a Snickers bar or something because you're. I've just read about chia seeds. Literally, one little handful of chia seeds has ginormous amount of protein. If you're hungry and you want to just eat something really quick, chia seeds are phenomenal.
You won't turn into a chia pet?
No, you're not going to turn into a chia pet. And you can put them in water if you want to kind of plup them up a little bit. And just a little handful, like an ounce or two, is all you really need. It really helps. And it adds fiber to your diet and protein, and you won't be hungry.
That's cool.
Wash your hair here with warm water, followed by a cool burst to close the cuticle and add shine. So we're talking about more of that. And if you want to feel more relaxed, you want to burn a soy candle. A paraffin candle actually has some stuff in it that isn't really healthy to breathe. And so they talk about a soy candle, which... paraffin candle actually might make you sleepy because it has gasoline in it, and it's gonna cause other issues, breathing and skin and otherwise. Buff your nails. My mom used to do this all the time. She has a little buffer doodad, and she'd buff her nails all the time.
Well, I mean,
it makes your nails look perfect in no time, right? In 5 minutes.
They do.
Line the inner rim of your upper lid of your lip with a dark inner rim of your upper lid with dark brown liner to make you look awake. Black liner can sometimes be too harsh for daytime, but contrast it with a dark brown liner and whites of your eyes. Oh, it's your eyes. Okay. Enough to make you look more awake.
Oh, okay. I don't know if I agree with that, but...
And then we talk about a brows or big brow razor.
Yes.
And I just heard this. Apple cider vinegar is good for a lot of stuff.
Yep.
Even if you have indigestion, for example.
Yeah.
You take a shot glass, fill it with, I like organic apple cider vinegar and lemon juice, and literally within moments, whatever indigestion you're feeling, I guarantee you it'll be reduced mentionably.
Well, it balances the acids.
Yes, it actually is counterintuitive, but it will. If you have a little heartburn, again, just a little shot glass. I know apple cider vinegar, people don't like it. You can have the water running at the sink.
Why don't people like that?
It tastes bad.
It tastes like vinegar.
It's apple cider vinegar, I know. So again, a little apple cider vinegar and lemon juice. But again, run it on your skin. It helps do that, and put it through your hair, I guess, and it will help you do that.
So with the time that we have, how much time do we have left?
We got about 5 minutes.
Okay. So I want to go back to, that's all of that stuff is like making you feel better, which obviously will make you want to look better and all of that. But I think there's other things that...
But wait, there's more.
Yes. I think, and I should be talking because I'm always the one on the diet, but if you can stick to a weight that is good for your BMI, that is healthy for your bone structure, and you're not overweight, A, you will look younger, and B, you will last longer because any type of overweight weight causes disease.
Mm-hmm.
So there's so many people, and what I don't understand though, and maybe it's just because designers are giving in to plus women, or
Well, theoretically, 60% of America is, I love this phrase, morbidly obese.
Yeah, and it's just
thank you, GMOs.
Yeah. Now, why do they say? I mean, that makes you feel like you're like
you're gonna die tomorrow, and then you're just a fat slob.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
It's bad.
And it's bad for women too. I mean,
it's horrible. Well, and GMOs is for genetic modified organisms, or genetic food. I mean, wheat, for example. I mean, who heard of gluten-free issues 10 years ago, right? I mean, now it's gluten-free this and that.
And who even heard of gluten?
And gluten. It's because of GMOs. Anything that's wheat-based and corn-based is genetically modified, and it's just horrible. Even Whole Paycheck Foods. I mean, Whole Foods has been nailed for not having. They claim they have non-GMO and healthy stuff. They've been nailed and have issues with it as well. It's
so
just
if you
horrible.
eat GMOs, you gain weight.
Well, it's just not healthy. Yeah, and it's not good for you.
Yeah.
I mean, the joke is if you go to the grocery store, if we're going to go to food really quick, eat the perimeter of the store, the food, the produce and stuff. And if you have a box of whatever it is and you cannot pronounce some of the ingredients in the box, don't eat it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's something that, growing up as a kid or I don't know, a lot of people love to have, drive-through burgers and pizza and everything that isn't healthy.
Well, another one that's found to be proven antioxidant is not healthy, is the microwave oven.
Oh,
the microwave oven, and you can do research on this really fast, it's carcinogenic. They did a test, and this to me was really convinced me, and I've had friends that they refused to heat anything, even a cup of coffee with the microwave. They took water. They boiled water on the stove, and then they boiled it on the microwave. And then they watered a plant. Of course, they let it cool. And they'd water 2 separate plants. The plant that had the boiled water did very well, and the plant that had the microwaved boiled water didn't do very well at all. It really sucks out the nutrients out of the stuff, and it's a bit antioxidant. Yeah, it's easy, and you pop in your popcorn, your pizza, whatever. I mean, come on, Jiffy Pop, that was fun.
It was fun. Takes the same amount of time too.
Pow, pow. Almost.
Excuse me.
So anyway.
Okay, so last couple of things. Red lipstick, and I wear a lot of red lipstick, is so sexy on any woman. Especially if you don't wear a ton of makeup, just have red lipstick. And it just does.
No, I agree. And then one of the articles said not only red lipstick, but wear a red dress.
Yes.
Guys love red.
Yes. Wear that little red dress. And a lot of people love red. I mean red is...
And red fingernails.
Yes.
Trust me.
Yes. Well, I kind of like my ballet pink.
Okay.
But like your mom. And then the other thing, and I want to, you did this research, and I want to read this verbatim if we have time.
Sure.
And
Just
that is wearing black. So black is the best color to wear for any woman because, and this is how I have dressed for years, is you wear, you get pants, skirt, top, really well-fitting shoes, and then you accessorize with any color you want, whether it be red or pink or blue and nothing. It never goes out of style because it's very simple. It flatters your figure, and it makes you look a lot more sophisticated. I'm going to choke. Excuse me. Getting over cold.
There, I think it's for mute. We can mute it. So black is, good for everything. I wear black, but I wear more color just because I just think it's more fun. So,
well, you could do hot pink with black, though.
No. We do not wear hot pink. We wear salmon or watermelon.
Watermelon, yes. Hot pink.
No, guys don't wear hot pink. We wear salmon or watermelon.
That's funny.
Anyway. And on that note, I think we're about to, unless you have anything else you want to add real quick.
No.
Okay. Thanks so much for watching and listening and sharing and contributing. You can write us at Hot Flash Universe, info at Hot Flash Universe. We're actually at hotflashuniverse.net, so it's info at hotflashuniverse.net. We're on Facebook, and we're also on Twitter, and we have an Instagram account too. And, of course, you can find us on YouTube, and we'd love it if you like this, shared, and subscribe, and hit the little bell, and you'll be informed when we upload a new show. And we're on Spreaker, iTunes, Google Play.
Oh, my God. I just heard my coughing, all those people.
Tune in, and soon to be iHeartRadio. So I'm Walt Lusk, your host. And, of course, we have the illustrious Barbara Bishop. Barbara Bishop's here. And, again, we're Hot Flash Universe here at UBN Go. So thanks, everybody, and we will catch you next time.
Bye-bye. Okay.